Going on YouTube? It's your boy Darkatron Prime. We're going to be covering Ai Mako from the Advance Deck for Beelzemon. This card is absolutely insane. Going to be supporting so many different archetypes. Just going to be super value for those archetypes, specifically like mill archetypes for anything that is going to be recovering. This also adds a consistency search. It's a purple tamer, so it is a source. So let's just jump into the card. It costs 3 drop. On play, reveal the top 4 of your cards of your deck. Add 1 Digimon with Evil, Wizard, or Demon Lord in its traits among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. So we're going to be covering the Evil, Wizard, and Demon Lords that you can search. It also takes the spot of a Memory Boost and Cool Boy in that sense. And then for your turn, when one of your Digimon digivolves into a purple Digimon, so the Digimon initially does not have to be purple. So if it is blue, green, yellow, and it goes into a purple Digimon, you can suspend this card, and then you can place 1 card from your hand on top of your deck and gain 1 memory. Huge value, guys. This card itself, if you're about to deck out, can be your savior because you're just putting your cards from your hand on your deck, just increasing the numbers. And that 1 memory does reduce the cost of just general purple cards. So if you don't need the card in your hand, sometimes you just have that extra card, but you need to get into your mega, this will reduce the cost. It's huge. So we're going to be jumping into the targets that it could search, and then the archetypes it's going to be eventually helping as well. So we have Balmon X here. We have Demi Devi, which is huge because we honestly didn't have a card that searched out Demi Devi specifically, and there is going to be some good support for it coming soon, hopefully. One of the good cards that didn't have a search, like a way to search, was the Demi Devi promo from, I believe it was a box top, a buy box promo for one of the older sets. But the card is really good. Basically, on deletion, inheritable. You can, if you have 7 or more Devis in trash, you can play a Dan Devi. So the fact that you can search this now is going to help out this card a little bit. You're also able to stack the top cards of your deck if you're going to be trashing, to increase your numbers and stuff like that. Other cards it supports is the Beelzemon archetype, which is going to be Itmon. You can do some crazy combos, stacking, digivolving overall, because Mill is just going to be the most beneficial for this archetype. For most beneficial archetype for this card. Um, but there's also other ones you can play it in as well. So, but the fact that it can search Demi Devi and Itmon just opens up that variety search for both archetype both rookies, and eventually if they get more and more support, it's just going to be able to add them. The reason why you'd play this over Cool Boy, at least in the purple decks, is because every rookie can be added, and every target for Itmon, every Itmon can be added by this card, including the X antibody. So the fact that you can add this off the X at whichever rookie you need just to go into your plays is huge. But yeah, so these are the evil in their traits, pretty generic cards. It's pretty cool, but we're gonna be jumping into some of the other ones. So this is the Belphemon Ultimate. This card, I believe it works with Mill and something else as well. I don't remember the name, and it's in Japanese. But this card is also being able to be searched. It's pretty huge, because it is Belphemon's top end, and then it's also a Mill card as well. We have the Balmons, the BL Stars. BL Star has her own deck, and honestly, this card helps out that consistency as well. Going to be able to reduce your cost from your rookie to your champions, so you can start just going through your deck a lot faster. You're going to be switching from drawing to milling because it's just so much stronger now for this deck because you're able to stack the cards that you need while getting rid of extra cards. So if you mill 3 from your deck and you stacked 1 um stacked one card, you know that one card is going to help you, and then the other two are just going to be adding. So, gonna be looking through this list. Huge tech I didn't know, but Cerberus Werewolf mode is a wizard, so you can play this in a Lilithmon deck because you're able to add now Werewolf and Lilith, and you're able to reduce the cost if you need a Digivolve. Pretty huge. You also play Werewolf mode in Creepymon, which is a mill deck as well. And yeah, this is it's pretty strong to be honest. Um, where I didn't know Werewolf mode was a wizard, but it is a potential target to add with this card, so it does help a lot. Um, Other cards that are so ignore the Myotismon. The Myotismon is not a target for this card. It was put on this list randomly. But Piedmon is it's been outdated, but if they release more Piedmons, at least you know you're able to add them. Tactimon, if you're playing Bagra Army, you're able to add him to your hand. I think he's an outdated source for this, but there's other. I think you can add Bagra as well. So maybe if you're looking for your top ends, I don't know if you're digivolving that often, and you I forgot his name, but the Tamer 4 Bagra Army is already good enough. But he is a potential target to add if there's ever a Rookie Rush format. Tactimon is just a amazing card. Uh, and we're going to be jumping into the rest of the targets, which are for Wizard, which are Wizard Mons. Wizard Mons are going to be really strong for the Mill archetype, and on top of that, the Retaliation archetype as well. So um, it's kind of interesting because the Devimon, the fact that you're able to add the Demi Devimon, which has Retaliation, or the promo, and then you're now able to add the Wizardmon with Retaliation, that gives all Digimon Retaliation Rush, is pretty big on its own. You're also able to add the purple yellow Wizardmon, which is pretty good for the Alfani recover to stack your deck. The Wizardmon X is going to be helping out a lot, and the rest are just okay. I'm not sure what this card does, but it's a potential target. You're also going to be adding the Witchmon. Witchmon, super strong. I honestly love this card so much because you don't have to wait for your opponent to make a move, or you don't have to wait for your Dobermon or your Eismon to die. It just does it initially on Digivolve. Alright, so then we're going to be looking at some of the other cards. So we're going to be also being able to add Bagra. You're going to be able to add Beelzemon. You're going to be able to add so these are the Demon Lord targets. Little did I know, so little did I know, Malo Myotismon is a target. So, you're gonna be able to add Demi Devi. You're gonna be able to add the Wizardmon, and then you're gonna be able to add um the Malo Myotismon. So pretty interesting. I'm actually gonna be playing around with it a little bit because I love that archetype. It's just one of my favorites. You're gonna be able to add Belphamon, which is future support. You're gonna be able to add Creepymon, Lilithmon, Lucamon, and this dude, which honestly doesn't matter. But so you're gonna be able to add those cards to your hand. It's gonna be also supporting them. Some of the crazier plays that we can make with the Demon Lords, specifically, is gonna be with the Beelzemon stuff, obviously, because it mills. There's so many different combos that to stack to gain memory, to stack to pop something, to stack to add something to your hand. So that is already covered, but some of the interesting ones is Creepymon. Creepymon Digivolves for 3. You're able to tap the tamer, make it a 2 cost, stack something on top of your deck, potential gain of memory, pop, and then if your opponent has 2 or more Digimon, you can play a Lucamon and pop something else, or you can stack the Lucamon on top of your deck to make sure you're guaranteed to mill it. So that's pretty interesting. Um, Lilithmon, it's going to be helping out a little bit because you're going to be able to make Lilithmon a 2 cost for Digivolve, which is pretty dangerous already. And with the werewolf combo and analogs, you should be able to get there instantly with this card. Um, you can also add it since you're adding it to your hand. Sometimes when you redo when you're missing that piece, let me see here what I'm gonna say. I don't think we run any mills, but you can deck out with this deck. So sometimes with Lilithmon, basically what happens is you go through your whole deck and you just run out of cards. You're like 3 cards left in deck. You can honestly just Digivolve, reduce the cost of your Digimon, stack your deck. Just make sure you're not decking out. It's pretty huge because Lilithmon. I've been able to go through my deck like at least 6 or 7 times in a tournament. But it lets you extend all the way you can, have everything in trash, so the next time you use your Jax raids, they have maximum value. The next time you use your Lucimon, it has maximum value, and you just basically just tap the tamer, put the thing on top. That's it. But it also increases your deck numbers, so it helps out a lot. There's some cards you don't need in your hand at moments, and you just want to just survive. So it helps out that deck a lot. And I think that's basically it. It's interesting that it adds Bagra too. So if you run Bagra as a tech option, you can just add it to your hand. And let's jump into the cards that you can put on top. So some of the potential cards you can put on top is any option card that you can recover. So some examples is Hellscythe, Flame Hellscythe, or Chaos Degradation. But you can also put Rivals Barrage, or you could put Fly Bullet. You could put anything that you can stack on there just to make it crazy. And you can also put in. So when you Digivolve from Angelwoman, for example, to a Ophanimon, you draw for Digivolve, you tap your Tamer, and then you place Flame House Scythe or any option card you have in your hand on top of your deck, and then Ophanimon is going to recover that option. So you're manipulating your security insane with insane ease. It's amazing. On top of that, you're increasing your deck number, so you're not decking out as fast, and you're able to manipulate the board a lot easier. So if you're able to Ophani to recovering a security is going to be huge. So chaos degradation. Once that Greymon is X, is just going to be hitting everything consistently. You can also put in a Lucamon. If you with you can put in a Lucamon. So for your future Mastamon plays, you don't have to recover a Lucamon. You can recover something else, which is pretty big. You can also put security Digimon. Examples being Zwart Defeat. I forgot to put him in here. Zwart Defeat, Witchmon, uh, Makomon. Makomon is going to be giving you 2 memory on top of the play. Witchmon going to be adding you a card. So Deathslinger, Wizardmon, Rivals Barrage, really strong option cards. Uh, really strong cards to be milling and gaining memory, adding cards to your hand, and both Mastamons actually, interestingly enough, help with it. Um, because if you're able to play like a Lucamon or something that recovers right after, you're burning a security. No, it really doesn't help. This Mastamon doesn't help at all. But in the old formats when you used to play a Lucamon, it helped. But this Mastamon helps out a lot because it reduces the cost. It gains you a memory. So if you're Jogressing into a Mastamon, you tap the Ai Mako, you gain it's a +1, and then you stack your deck, and then you just recover. You recover from trash. So pretty big there as well. Um, but yeah, these are and oh, and if you're able to, uh, another thing is if you're able to stack your deck, you can play an analog to mill that card if you don't need it. So if you have um, let's say like a Lucamon in hand with Creepymon, but you let me see how I word this. So let's say you Digivolve, but you don't have a way to mill the top card off your deck. You're not going to gain the effect off of analog, but you're going to be able to use it to increase your numbers and to send that card to trash. But it does help a lot. But this is my purple take on this Ai Mako card. It's honestly doing a lot. It's doing a lot more than I thought. It gives a lot of potential for future decks, and it's a cool boy. It's legit a cool boy for purple. So it's pretty interesting. It helps with not decking out. It helps with mills. It helps with the option cards. It helps with recovery. And it reduces the cost of every purple Digimon basically. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and remember, we brick by nature.